Alright, welcome Leo to your general reading. This was for the full moon in Libra, so that was March 28th. I am a couple days late posting this, so please forgive me for that. To make it up to you, I did film a bonus video for April, so I will be posting that as well. I'm going to be posting it in 2 parts because the IGTV limit is only 15 minutes, so this one was a little bit longer. So it'll be broken up into part 1 and 2 for you guys, and I will be posting this as well with this video. So in any case, as I usually like to do with these lunar cycle videos, I basically will look at any themes, major life lessons and things like that playing out in your life that the full moon could be bringing in for you if you are wanting to work with those energies. It is general, so it may or may not resonate for you, and if it doesn't, you can also check the sun, moon, rising, Venus in your chart for additional information. And I think, yep, that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll just get right into it. I'm gonna do the general energies. We'll look at some advice for you at the end. So let's see what we got. Okay, so Daughter of Cups in the reverse. Ten of Swords in the reverse. High Priestess. All right, so we have adjustments are required, third quarter moon, and hold your vision, fixed moon. Okay, so with the fixed moon, hold your vision, so that can definitely speak to fixed signs. So Leos are one of the fixed signs, as well as Aquarius and Cancer and Scorpio. So you could also be dealing with one of those signs as well. But you know what this card is saying is there's either something in your life that you have been doubling down on that you, well, actually it does say adjustments need to be required. So yeah, that pretty much explains it. So there's something in your life where you mentally have been stuck, stagnant, or just fixated on one thing, one way of doing something, kind of like tunnel vision, and there is a need to sort of break free from that, like kind of, you know how horses have like those, I don't know what they're called, but those things that kind of help them to just like look forward, and it's like removing those and looking around you and seeing, hey, there's an entire, like, you know, 360-degree view I can take a look at. So there's a different way of approaching a situation that is required, and you'll feel this challenge between the full moon and new moon time, so those dates that I mentioned earlier. So we're definitely looking at something that could be happening in the emotional body. There could be, actually, yeah, let's do a little bit of clarification, but there could be something that you've been like mentally stuck on. And even with the Ten of Swords, like Ten of Swords is usually things that are like keeping us worried, anxieties, fears, a lot of stress. And with this in reverse, it's like either you are not complete, it's like you're trying to overcome something really difficult, and the process is proving much harder than you thought it was, and you're kind of struggling to complete it. Like, you know, every time it feels like you you've almost come to the end of this like emotional healing and purging. You feel like there's more, you know, so it could be either that feeling or you're just coming out of it. So one of those two. But I feel like you emotionally have kind of been stuck, sort of, yeah, lost. Yep. So it's like, yeah, so something has happened in the past, or you're currently going through it, some sort of grief, and instead of being able to, I don't know if you can really, yeah, okay, there we go, there's the angle. Oh. Anyways, it's a swan, and you know, when I see all those different colors, you know, it makes me think of like a full spectrum of the rainbow, of like all the different emotions. And with this in reverse, it makes me think it's like you might have been feeling like you're only experiencing like one or two of those colors of the rainbows, and it's around loss, you know. So there could have just been a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, just a lot of things that have been processed, or that you're needing to process. You know, in this card as well, like it says in memory and here lies. So it's like there could be a situation or just something in your life that you have that has brought a lot of like this feeling of mourning or grief, you know, and it's been hard to overcome that. It's been hard to bring yourself out of that. And you might have been feeling a bit unstable, a little bit rocky, a little bit shaky. And as well with hold your vision too, and like all this stuff coming up, you know, these feelings that you're going through, they're quite heavy. So it might have felt like it's been derailing you for a period of time, and maybe it's like kind of made you do things in a way, like just approach life in a way that is not really typical to you, or that is just not maybe as fruitful or as productive. And there might be a need to kind of go back to the drawing board and reclaim what your goals are, reclaim your purpose, reclaim what you're working on, and fine-tune your path to get there. But definitely very heavy energy, so I am sending you a lot of love. Okay, makes sense. So love in the reverse. So, and we have the 10 of Swords in the reverse. 10 of Swords in the reverse. So definitely a situation where there was a lot of love, and just feeling like it's like that's the thing that's been hard to overcome. Like that's the thing that you're not able to complete. That's the thing that it's like maybe logically, you know, it's like, you know, there's nothing more that can be said about it. The situation is what it is, and it is a painful situation. So there's no like logical way to get yourself out of it, except for just going through those motions, going through that pain, as much as that is awful. So it's like one of those, yeah, it's like easier said than done. It's like, and love can be anything. It doesn't have to be necessarily romantic. It can, you know, some of you, it could be any kind of grief related to a person that you love, and trying to find your way back to happiness, back to peace, back to joy, back to feeling like yourself. It's been difficult. Like it's been a difficult journey. And here you are, you're trying to tap into your intuition, you're trying to connect with the universe, with the divine, whatever it is that you believe in. You're trying to look at the bigger picture. You're trying to see the bigger purpose behind everything. It's like, I really see you trying your best. Trying to stay strong. for some of you, I'm hearing that it's like brought you more into your feminine energy, like all the challenges, all the turmoil, all the grief. You know, we just had the Libra full moon, so this releasing, this emotional purging, for some of you, it could have really put you more in that feminine space, like not gender specific at all. Feminine is in more just like receptive, more like receptive rather than doing. Feminine more as in like, it might even have sparked an interest in the spiritual, the mystical, the unknown, you know, things like that. Oh, look at that. My gosh, crazy perspective. So, you know, as painful as things have been, it's exactly what I said with this High Priestess card. You have been trying to build a better perspective. It's like confronting that emotional hardship head on rather than avoiding it. That it's the only way out is through it, right? And as you do that, it's like it's changing everything you thought you knew about the world. You know, it's changing the things that were fixed beliefs that you thought you would never see it from another person's point of view, you know. It's like certain beliefs have kept you feeling like you were trapped, but really it was just the way you were looking at it. And so it's like, as you gain new perspective, there's a sense of liberation that comes with it. There's also a sense of breaking free from, like, I'm just hearing a web of lies. So things that lies it doesn't have to be something that's like that was like intentionally, like people were lying to you. Sometimes it's like people gave you the knowledge or the information they had at the time, and maybe it wasn't like the most enlightened perspective, or it wasn't, you know, the healthiest way of looking at things. So it's like kind of weaving your way through that and finding the truth, your highest truth, and finding like a liberation through that. So yes, we'll move on to advice, but this full moon in Libra would have definitely brought up a lot of releasing and purging. And even if it just feels like the journey is kind of like heavy and it's like this thick fog and it just keeps coming up again and again, it is serving a purpose, and I do see you like bravely facing it. So I do like that. It's not easy to confront these kind of heavy energies. Alright, so your advice is be fearless and bold. So that's pretty much what I was already saying. Face whatever comes up for you as bravely as possible. Just take it one day at a time and see where that leads you, okay? So I hope this helped. This is where I'm going to leave you, and make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share, comment if you do feel comfortable, and make sure you hit that follow button, and I will see you next time, okay? All right, take so much care, my beautiful Leos. Bye.